Hey, what's going on, guys? It is I, Tetra, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Reaper. Now, quick disclaimer, this game is in closed alpha, so bear that in mind. But with that out the way, let's talk about the Reaper. I'm going to give you a bit of a build breakdown and stats run through, and then follow that up with some gameplay. So if you're not really into that stats rambling, then please feel free to skip ahead and just get right into those matches. Okay, so the Reaper. The Reaper is one of the attacker agents, and I have been finding remarkably high success with this vehicle recently. It did get a buff, and this thing is fun, guys. This thing is a monster. Now, I'll talk about it more in the gameplay as to the intricacies, but let's just get into the stats. So, Grim Reaper. Kill one enemy without dying to improve the gun reload by 35% and increase the AP shell crit damage by 50%, both for 20 seconds. This ability used to require 3 kills, and I'm not going to lie, I think they buffed it up to 1 and it needs to go to 2. I think 3 was too many and 1 is way too few. Being able to have this active what feels like all the time is it's just disgusting. Now, it is just a single shotgun, base damage of 450. I have got a slightly buffed reload, but I believe it's a base of 7.5 seconds. Now, something that's very special about the Reaper is this R ability. Skabka Ballistic Computers. So this allows you to double your gun accuracy for 5 seconds. Very powerful. We've also got a twin mount, or as they like to say, moint machine guns. Just a bit of a typo there. Which basically allows you to just fire off, I think it's 30 rounds. They might have actually changed that, which each deal 15 damage. I think it might be 45 or 50 now after the buff. And it also slows down the enemy. So that is another nice ability, and this can be used to just pick off people on low HP. It also has access to smoke grenades, so you are able to deploy a smoke screen and get out. But something that is not actually shown here is the Reaper has access to thermals, so you can use smoke play in a similar manner to how the Jaeger does. Okay, now with that all out the way, let's take a look at my build for this vehicle. So we're going to start off with the upgrades, move on to the perks, and then the consumables. So with the upgrades in slot 1, I'm running the 25% crit multiplier, the increase to module damage and shell speed. In slot 2, I'm running the improvements to the forward and reverse speed, as the base reverse speed of this vehicle is quite bad, so I have buffed it up a little bit. Also increased the track hit points, just reducing how often we get tracked. In slot 3 here, we have our improvements to some gun handling, as well as a bit of a improvement to this gun's mechanic, where when you shoot, there's kind of like a little bar, and if you click in the right spot, you get a boost to your reload speed. So this is supposed to just give you a little bit more leniency on that bar. This mechanic uses way too many of my brain cells, I'm not going to lie. I find it pretty hard to do consistently. But yeah, in slot 4 here, we've got a buff to the forward speed as well as the traverse speed. And then just when your sprint energy is depleted, you get an energy regen buff for 20 seconds by 50%, which is great because you are using these accuracy and machine gun abilities constantly. Now, in slot 5, we've got a further improvement to our aiming speed and a 1 second spotting duration increase. In slot 6, we've got a minus 15% to the reload time, really nice DPM buff there. And it also reduces the penalty to the misclick by 25% when you are trying to use that bar ability to boost your reload, which I'll point out in the gameplay. I don't actually think this works though, so just take note of that. I don't think this ability applies. Now, in slot 7, reduction to the sprint energy cost, allowing us to sprint a lot more. In slot 8, we've got an improvement to our hit points, a slight reduction to the crit damage to our engine, and most importantly, a reduction to our repair kit cooldown time. Now, in slot 9, I've gone for the 25% increased fire rate because I really like to just use this as a bit of a burst damage in certain situations to pick up kills, as I said, or just to kind of burst down a bit more damage on a high HP target. In my opinion, you could also go with the minus 10% reload speed and 10 total shots for the higher damage and higher frequency of using this ability. Lastly, in slot 10, the exciting slot, as I like to say for all agents, we are running the ramming improvements. So this gives us a improved ramming resistance on the front, as well as a 40% increase to the ramming damage. Further reduces our sprint energy cost, but it does make us take more ammo rack damage. So do bear that in mind. The really cool part of this is, though, when you ram somebody, they get silenced for 10 seconds. Now, I can't confirm whether or not this ability applies, but if it does, it's a pretty brutal one. A 10-second silence means no heals or any other abilities that that vehicle can use for those 10 seconds. And I think it gives this thing a lot of utility. Now, moving on to our perks, we have Almighty, which increases our energy capacity by 20 points, just because this thing does use a lot of energy. And that is our Agent perk. For our Roll perk here, we are running This Is My Gun for the improvements to the gun handling and aim time. And then lastly, for our Division perk here, we're running Dying Fire, and this just slightly reduces the damage we take. It reduces the duration of the fire slightly and is a 50% reduction to the damage we take from fires. Lastly here for our consumables, I am running the Stim Pack for the improved reload speed. And yeah, I think that's enough theory. Let's put it all into action, and I'll show you guys what this monster can do. Okay, so we are loading in here in our first match with the Reaper. This is the Conquest game mode, so this is the 10v10 5 cap point control mode. The Reaper, being an attacker, and in my opinion, potentially the best attacker now after the buff, we are going to try and get stuck in. And get stuck in as much as we can. When this thing can just continuously basically be feasting on those kills and keep its frontman trait active, it can just tear through what seems like, unwinnable odds in any other vehicle. So I'm going to try and show some of that off. But as I said, when I shoot here, you'll see that we have this little bar. Now, if I click when that bar has that little gray section, it actually gives me a reload boost. Especially when in the center, the buff is slightly smaller when it's when you're just clicking on the outer sections of that gray bar. Now, the Reapers, that whole little mechanic, it uses so much of my brain power. I don't know what to say, so I'm gonna just preemptively apologize about my potential issues while talking with this vehicle, because I find it very hard to just keep this all going. Okay, let's see. Okay, that was a bad click there. We don't manage to get the ammo rack. Another bad. Okay, we're just gonna go for his engine there. And we've got another Reaper here in front. Nice. We're gonna go for one more. Okay, we've got him here. I didn't get the ability there because I was focusing on the repairs. Okay, that's unfortunate. I need to actually... Well, actually, it is just a blitz. I say just a blitz, but he could just call down artillery on our head until we die. But fortunately for us, he is dead here, so we're going to try and focus down this Reaper instead. Going for under the turret. We're going to use our accuracy boost now when it comes back with cooldown. Ooh. Okay. I think the Raketa may have heard me saying it's just a... Oh, sorry, the Blitz may have heard me saying it's just a Blitz and taken offense. So, yeah, we're just going to try and get back in there. I am actually going to be making a secondary video on this agent because I would really like to show off my best moments when I'm not kind of focusing on trying to give you guys some commentary. Because I think, potentially had a score over 5,000, which is my personal best in this vehicle, and while playing it, I managed to get myself up to rank 4 on the leaderboard. I held out that position for several matches, so it really has just been so very impressive for me. We're going to try and finish him off here with the ram. We don't quite manage to get that ram kill. Okay, we're going to use the machine gun. He is down. Let's just look over to that Reaper. Yeah, so guys, with this one, I really do feel like this is kind of peak high-octane gameplay. I missed the click there again. But I have found the Reaper able to get into situations that I know any other agent would just perish in moments with, and just somehow, stay alive and keep the pressure up and just melt people. The combination of its buff with the the frontman trait, as well as just getting that like improvement from your well, this bar mechanic. You just do a truly like disgusting amount of damage. Okay, we don't quite get the proper timing there on the click. We managed to get a ram. And we finish him off. Beautiful. We're gonna have several enemies here coming back in. So maybe now is the time to activate that improvement to our accuracy and see if we can't just work down some of these Ricketters that are pushing in towards us. Okay, something there is hitting us very hard. Gonna try and keep this guy. Oh, no engine crit there, that's unfortunate. Okay, we've got a lot of pressure coming in, so let's see if I can hold true on what I was saying about this thing's ability to seemingly just live through complete chaos. It'd be nice if we weren't getting blocked there by the Kent. We've also got a Blitz looking at us quite aggressively. That was a bad shot by me. Nice. Okay, the Phantom is very much having fun here. Okay. I'm gonna try and get one into his engine there. Missed that shot.
Enemy advance halted.
Because you can see here the damage from this gun is actually very impressive. Managed to get the ammo rack under the, or behind the track there at that angle against the Phantom.
They've got no wheels left to roll.
Sloppy shooting here from me.
Enemy advance halted. Watch your six. Knocked out their engine. Stick around, huh?
Okay. But yeah, I mean, you can see us just somehow powering through all of this onslaught. Okay, I'm gonna push forward here. Try and just get into a slightly safer position where I might be able to more make use of this heal.
Stick around, huh? Every kill like that propels the world towards freedom. Got the grill on board.
And you can also see here that this vehicle's armor is actually just remarkably good.
Took a beating.
Yeah, unfortunately here we've got some attention from the Phantom.
They've got no wheels.
Not sure if I'm gonna manage to get this guy's ammo.
Enemy advance
Okay, we got it. Okay, there we got the ammo there against him. We are very low here though, so we might well go down. Managed to get a bounce again. Okay, this Blitz is just playing. Okay, I expect the TV guided missile from this Blitz. Was that it? Okay, well that was a very good call. I kind of figured he was just going to pull back there for a second and just kind of nail us with TV guided.
Yet another glorious comeback.
But yeah, that was quite the slaughter, as you guys saw. And somehow I managed to sort of maybe manage to talk a little bit, as well as, like, click the bar. I don't know why it's so hard for me to do. It just really is. Now, they have managed to get their E point back there, and there does seem to be some conflict over in B. I'm going to be pushing towards B as I imagine that a lot of these enemy vehicles are now in this area. Okay, less than I thought perhaps. I'm a hunter in this situation. I'm not too fussed about this cap. We have a great point load, or point lead rather. Yeah, this vehicle just makes me so very excited to push. I wonder if this Raquette has just been kind of shooting randomly this whole time. I actually came here because I thought there was some contest. Not a lot of points left in this game with regards to what's ticking up from the cap circle, so I'm not sure how much more we will or won't manage to get. But let's see what we might be able to do. Now, one thing I do want to make note of is this vehicle does get set on fire, like you just saw against that Reaper a lot. So do be aware of that.
Knocked out their engine. They've got no wheels left to roll.
Okay, that would have actually been a great time for us to have tried to make use of the machine gun there to finish that guy off with that shot, so we actually could have potentially saved it for a different opponent.
Stick around, huh?
Now we really do just want to get the most out here that we can, given how much time is left in this game. Okay, let's see if we can't get one more. Ah, I missed that shot. I'm panicking, guys. I'm panicking.
Save the day.
Okay.
Save the world again.
So we do miss the kill there on the Reaper, unfortunately. But yeah, that was just, well, there it is. Over 5,000 score. And the next best was another Reaper. So, yeah, I think that scoreboard speaks for itself. I'm going to bring you back for another round of gameplay and continue to show you the raw power of the Reaper. I am just going to take a moment here while queuing in to show you that, once again, we are high up on the scoreboard after a match like that. This thing can just put out such consistent games. It's very, very strong. Good job. Just wanted to take note of that. I'll show you the next match.
War never changes.
Well, we are just loading in here. So this is a 5v5, so a definite change of pace for us, and we definitely need to be a little bit more conservative because we don't want to rush into a situation we can't deal with. That being said, a lot of these vehicles on the enemy team, in fact, every single one of them except this Valkyr are very squishy, so it's definitely going to be a bit of an interesting match. Maybe I can afford to be quite aggressive. I would also just like to say I do think the Reaper excels at aggression. I'm not going to pretend this vehicle's range performance is terrible. There are a lot of agents in this game where they perform a lot worse, but I mean it's nothing like what this thing can do. But we do need to be careful here somewhat against this R-Blast. Okay, we're actually very low. Gonna pop my heal.
Enemy progress stalled.
Okay. So it seems that we actually just kind of pick them all up there. Not sure what else might be coming in. Oh, we've got a Jaeger. Let's see if we can get that APC blocked our shot. No, I'm just not aiming well. Oh no, this is not ideal. Okay, I'm dead. Oh, we get a bounce.
Dead in their tracks.
We don't get another bounce, unfortunately. Oh, we do. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing. Another thing in the Reaper's favor. This agent, I think, has always been one of the better armored attackers. I think the Valkyr might be taking the title now of the best frontally armored attacker. The Reaper, sorry, I might have said Jaeger there. The Reaper's frontal armor is just very consistent. You do have that cupola on top, but being that this isn't World of Tanks, people, I think, spend a little bit less time aiming for quote-unquote weak spots. I think with the nature of the high-octane gameplay, it can be quite challenging sometimes. But yeah, the frontal armor otherwise on this vehicle I've found to be quite reliable. Definitely nowhere as good as something like an Atom or, you know, a Chopper, even the Udenik or Punch, but at the same time, still plenty good. Okay, coming in for our second match here, or second round rather. I do expect just the nature of 5v5, so this is going to be nowhere near as high octane as that previous match. But I am very happy that that previous match happened. I wasn't expecting to manage to concentrate hard enough on the gameplay while recording to actually pull something like that off. I don't know, guys. One day I'm going to try and go into the Twitch streaming. But until then, I don't know how I am going to manage to... Okay, and we just managed to get out of that with our life for the time being. Whether or not we will stay alive is yet to be seen. Okay, we're gonna use the gun here. Beautiful.
Defenders win. Switching sides. Impressive kill streak, Commander.
And into round 3. This is looking like it's going to be a very fast round, or match rather, of the plant and diffuse game mode. But I do think the enemy team got a bit shafted because we have a Welkier and the Reaper, and they have predominantly fire supports. And I'm not saying that fire supports are weaker, but they are definitely worse at pushing. So having attackers to get these caps and push into the enemy is not a luxury that they have been afforded. Now, I'm gonna be a bad...
Dead in their tracks. Wounded their crew. Enemy advance halted.
We might have a little bit of trouble here in our hands, just with how many things are looking at us. Let's see if we can't get around this corner. We managed to. Nice. We've got the hill running. And now we pretty much just have to let them push into us. But I am way too greedy to do something like that. So we're just gonna get in and probably get killed for our obnoxious aggression. Oh, we saw that guy fall there. That was kind of funny. Through his smoke screen. Okay, let's activate our accuracy. Ah, the Ray takes him out there.
Attackers win. Switching sides.
Okay, well, a much less impressive performance there from the Reaper, but I think that first game spoke in abundance to the power of this vehicle. And as I said, I will be releasing a second video running through my thoughts on the Reaper in a little bit more depth and just highlighting some of my best moments in it. So I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much.